Good morning, students. Today again we are here to discuss the question answers of the poem named Dust of Snow, and the poet name is Robert Frost. Means Robert Frost has written this poem Dust of Snow. It is a very beautiful short poem, as we all know, and in this poem the poet has given importance, and even he has tried to give us the message that we all must give importance to all the small incidents which gives us happiness, because at times even they can be helpful in changing our mood from sadness to happiness. So let us discuss the first question. The first question is, what is a dust of snow? Everyone knows that dust of snow is the particulate form, means snow in the particle form is called the dust of snow. Okay, so in other words we can use that particles, we can also say flakes of the snow. So what does the poet say? He has changed his mood, means by the falling of that dust of snow the mood of the poet got changed. We all know how has the poet's mood changed. Okay, how means he was earlier he was depressed and now he was happy. Okay, now let us see the answer. Dust of snow is flakes. This I have told you. Dust of snow is flakes. The flakes of snow were dropped by the crow. Where was the crow sitting? Crow was sitting on the hemlock tree, and under that hemlock tree the poet was sitting. Okay, so that crow had shook off that dust of snow or the flakes of the snow on the poet, which changed the poet's mood. Throughout the day he had been repenting for some loss, means he was very sad, or he was repenting, he was regretting over some loss, and now after falling off this dust and the snow over him by the crow, then what happened? His mood got changed, and now he is able to think the solution for the problem, means how to overcome that loss. Okay, so this was the first question. Now the second question is, how does Frost present nature in this poem? Means how the Frost means the poet, the Robert Frost had presented the nature in this poem, means what sort of importance he has given to nature in his poem. He has tried to tell us that nature has the power to put positivity, to bring positivity in our nature. Okay, so the first question related to this is, what are the birds that are usually named in the poems? Means usually you might have read many poems since from the childhood. You have read the poems related to the pigeon, the peacock, the parrot, but I don't think that you have read any of the poem related to the crow. Okay, even the cuckoo, the nightingale, such birds are being used. Means crow is almost used as a bad omen, as a negative sign of negativity, but the birds peacock, pigeon and parrot, these are known for their beauty, and cuckoo and nightingale are known as the singing birds, and therefore such birds are being used by the poet for writing the poems. But no one has earlier used crow as the source of positivity in his poem. Okay, so the question was, what are the birds that are usually named? Usually peacock, parrot, cuckoo, nightingale, pigeons, these they are being used. Do you think a crow is often mentioned in the poem? No, we all know that the crows are never been used earlier. Okay, what images come to your mind when you think of a crow? When we think of a crow, the negative images comes means it is a symbol of Beethoven. Okay. See the answer. The poet presents nature in the poem in a way that is not very appealing. Okay. Means he has presented the nature which we don't consider as beautiful. Means he has used the bird crow, and even he has used the tree, hemlock tree, means which is the poisonous trees. Usually the poets use mango trees, peepal trees in their poems, but here poet has used that hemlock tree. So therefore all the negative things he has used which earlier are never used, and here he wants to tell whatever we consider as negative is never negative at all. It is just our perception what we consider as negative. Okay. So in a way that is not very appealing, because he is not depicting the beauty or kindness in nature. Rather he has chosen a bird like a crow, which is omnivore or croaked. Okay. Means crow is an omnivore bird which who eats both the flesh or the chapatis, roti and all. So this bird is never considered as the positive or good omen. Okay. So this is the answer of the first part of second question. Let us move towards the second part. Again, what is a hemlock tree? Okay. As in the first part he has talked about crow. Now he has talked about hemlock tree, which is the poisonous tree with white flowers. So why doesn't the poet write about a more beautiful tree? Earlier I have told you that poet might have used the oak tree, the pine tree, the mango tree, or a maple tree, but he has used the hemlock tree, which is the poisonous one, and it is also not considered as the positive thing. Okay. The crow and hemlock do not represent the joyous state of mind, because the poisonous tree makes one feel scared. Okay. Everyone feels scared when they think that the particular thing is poisonous. Therefore no other poet has ever used hemlock tree in their poem. Okay. Let us move towards the third part of second question. What do the crow and hemlock represent, joy or sorrow? Okay. It is just up to us that how we consider things, either positive or negative. Nothing else means nothing else remains positive or negative, means nothing else can give joy or sorrow to us. Only it's our perception what we consider as joyful or other thing. Okay. Or sorrowful. Okay. Just to see that what does the dust of snow that the crow shakes off the hemlock tree stands for. Okay. Means it is the source of enjoyment, it is the source of happiness in the poet's life. The dust of snow represents the attitude of people who poison others' life. Okay. Means it is by their wickedness. Means dust of snow represents the attitude of people. Means it is just the dust, the source which they used to give. It's up to us that what sort of negativity or positive we can give to others. Means even crow is never considered as a good omen, then also it gives positivity to the poet. Okay. Let us see the last question. Have there been times when you felt depressed or hopeless? Yes, in everyone's life, everyone faces happiness or sadness in their life. So here students, you have to do this question by yourself, but for your convenience I have given you some of the sentence to begin the answer, and later on you have to write your own experience here. Have you experienced a similar moment that changed your mood that day? So then you will mention that yes or no, and then the answer will be completed. So in the answer you will be writing happiness and sorrow are the two sides of a same coin, means two sides of the life. Everybody feels happiness or sorrow in different measures. Okay, so I too had felt depressed when I did not get selected. Where in that you will be feeling by yourself, that where you did not got selected and you felt depressed. Okay, but all of a sudden what happened that made you happy or that changed your mood? Then means you become overjoyed. Okay, so these were the question answers of the poem Dust and Snow. Write them in your notebooks.